Now there is Radio Generations, the people's breakfast. Curious and bold, getting facts from the shadows.
That's what it is.
Now, as the city wakes and secrets stir, a bright new voice shines. The people's breakfast. Your morning, your voice, your journey. Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Welcome to the home of hard truths and bold insights. Radio Generation.
A very good morning to you. Welcome to Radio Generation. The time right now is 6 minutes past 8 o'clock. My name is Mungala Movie. In studio, I do have the Secretary for Planning and Economic Affairs in DCP. That is Dr. Peter Mbae. And the conversation today is the rift within the mountain. And if indeed there is one, he will let us know. Daktari, welcome to Radio Generation once again.
Very good. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Yes.
And you keep on glowing every time I see you.
Well. I don't really. We have
kama umanu ulitoka stress.
No. Mashina zilikuwa mingi huko bada. You know, you are all stressed, all of them. You don't know who is talking to you about who.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
a lot of undermining.
Right.
You know, shida mingi. Like, you're not able to think straight, you know.
Yes.
Especially if you know you are genuine. And then the space you are in. It's like, yeah, you know you are genuine, you want to deliver, you know.
Right.
But the space around here is so toxic.
Right.
You know, it's not right. But of course, there are guys who will live somewhere.
Right.
Well, because, you know, they need the money. They have loans.
Yeah.
But also, you look at life. And what is it for life? It's what you do.
True.
It's not about you can get a few things here and there, but you are stressed, you know, you are not able to do whatever. Like now we are doing what we can. What is it? Giving people hope.
Yeah.
Giving Kenyans hope. We're in a very bad place. We're in a very bad place, I can tell you. People are barely surviving.
True.
I can tell you guys are copaling this money. Then a month comes, they have to pay this. So they have to borrow some other place to pay off this, then hope for some divine intervention for the next month.
Yeah.
Because the whatever cannot fit. The law, I mean, the way you can say a budget is working, it's always on deficit.
True.
There are so many things happening. The pay slips are cut. And remember, anybody with a pay slip, because of that issue of they support so many other people. But so there's a lot of depression.
Yeah.
We get these results every day out of what I do at the party, you know, planning and economic affairs. We have a lot of, units that do a lot of research every other time about what's happening around the issue of pending bills.
Right.
900 billion. Quite a number of them affecting business people. I mean, they went to loans. So the bank is saying, I am not aware about your deal with the government.
Yeah.
So me, I want the money. So there's a lot of depression. But let me tell you, one thing we must give our people continuously is hope. We must tell them, look here, guys. I mean, God is with us. We are not yet dead. We are alive to live to see another day. That's the hope we have.
And we shall see another.
No, it has to be. I mean, that's why people come different places. Today we have teachers, we have nurses, we have business people. Some of us in leadership and governance, we have to come and tell people, guys, no, there's something we are fixing.
Yeah.
We may have gotten along. There's something that happened that we didn't see, the issue of the governance of this country. But we are here to tell you, hey guys, we are crafting something.
No matter what.
To sell something to Kenyans, to tell them, wait guys, I mean, we are not to the abyss. I mean, there is somewhere we are heading to.
I want to take you back a bit to a couple of days ago, perhaps 1 or 2 weeks ago, when we lost the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. DCP was quite quiet and also somewhere in the shadows. We didn't see DCP really participating in the national mourning. Perhaps you can tell us what was going on at the time.
I'll tell you this, Bob, and it's good you have asked because people need to talk. And for some other people, talking is hearing, right? Now, I'll start it this way. Dennis Onyango is a spokesman for Raila a long time, you know. He's not respected, actually. Let me say respected.
Yeah.
And he released a statement and says, you know, out of the bruise, nobody had spoken about the illness of Raila Odinga. And let me tell you, for record on this show, some of us who are students of politics and government, we really respect Raila. Some of us. And by the way, anybody in Kenya who even never voted for Raila or anything, they respected him. Remember, I may not have liked you to like your ideas and vote for you, but there's that issue of this guy. It's an enigma. It's an institution. It's what he has done, and for that he deserves the respect. Let me start from there. So Dennis lights and says there are people who are imagining the health of Lao, and he mentions names. He says Gachagua, he says Kalonzo, Eugene, trying to resuscitate, what is the word? They are failing careers.
Yeah.
Then we were like, where did that come from? First of all, we didn't know Lao was sick.
Okay.
He knew. We didn't know. So I was like, is it NIS trying to put in this thing to the opposition because they knew what would happen? Maybe they had an idea. Then we said, then the following day there was a rally. And Gachagua is saying, in a way of answering back, like, we don't know where this one came from. Kalonzo see bacteria.
Yeah.
Kalonzo see virus. Like, why are you accusing us of engineering the sickness of Lao? Please, let it be very clear.
Yeah.
So, whatever happens, and the bad news comes, and I can tell you this, people are very shocked because, unfortunately in Africa, we don't manage the health of senior people nicely.
Okay.
This guy is not your just family member. It's not just your dad. He's also a dad to many people.
True.
So people need to know. So people didn't know. Then it happens. So sad. And in a nutshell, the Honorable Gachagua decides.
Yeah.
First of all, he does a message of condolence. Okay? His own, he's there hours after. The party does a message of condolence, the DCP party. And that was it. Then Kalonzo decides, because of remember, death and mourning are very private.
Yeah.
Kalonzo had to cut his trip to come back to go and mourn, literally, physically, at Nyayo and whatever, at home and all that. Then that was this. And Ligi G thought, my style of mourning is mourning in private.
Yeah.
Okay? He did his statement and all that. He didn't see the need to join other people because it's not a must that you mourn like other people. Yeah. But what did he do? He suspended all his activities. We never did anything. We just suspended. And even now, there's still that mourning period.
Yes.
We just suspended in honor of Raila Odinga. People mourn differently. So I don't know why people are making a big issue. And then Kalonzo goes.
They were expecting to see the honorable former DP perhaps at Nyayo, in Karen, in what's the name of this place? In Bondo.
In Bondo.
Yes. They expected at least the presence of the former DP, considering also the Right Honorable Prime Minister had attended Rigath's brother's burial.
I think that's a wrong that's a wrong preposition because he attended. Please. Can we say things are unique?
Okay.
Everything is unique, movie. Look, I saw that video. I was like, where's the comparison? Okay. Now, Kalonzo decides to go to Nyayo. He was ignored. Because these are the kind of things we are saying. As we can be mature and decide to go and mourn later, but the handlers think it's political.
Right.
Can you give me a good reason why Kalonzo Musyoka, the guy who was VP, running mate twice, humiliated thrice, made it to go for an interview and failed, under Raila Odinga, how he was denied a chance to mourn, and then the former president, who was with him in the handshake just 2022, all along they were adversaries, he was allowed to. You see, because people were trying to mismanage the passing on of a statesman. So then people raised a big issue. Remember, at the afternoon saying, this is wrong. It's in the evening when Kidiki was giving his update, he's mentioned. And there were others, there were others like Kalonzo, they were also there. Look at that kind of this day.
By the way.
Now, the question is, look at Bondo.
Right.
So Kidiki now, because of pressure he's given, and Kalonzo, he's given a chance. The moment he mentioned that Eugene is there, and he has a poem, the program was like, no, not anymore. Now, let me ask you, why do you want to subject yourself to some humiliation or some kind of contempt?
Yeah.
Why? There's no competition on who is going to mourn best. So we knew that some people who are shouting loudest at in Bondo, unfortunately, not the people moving. The people are always very united. Actually, as a matter of fact, a number of people you saw in Bondo there, many people are actually in one term. They are not for government, but the leaders, they are gatekeepers, right? They were planning some things. Okay. Why go somewhere where you think that you may not be welcome because of heckling? Why don't you allow the Raila Odinga to be mourned in peace by the people who feel that they need to be there? Yeah. Why did you want Rigathi Gachagua to go there and he's there, not given a chance? Because the handlers, they fear his influence and all that. So what I can tell you, please, let Kenyans also understand that.
Right.
Rigathi Gachagua mourned Raila Odinga in his own way. People mourn differently. Yesterday you saw the senators for Kiambu and Nyandarua in their own capacity.
Right.
With the Oburu as a colleague senator, they went to his place. Can we agree that people can mourn in different ways without necessarily doing what is popular and what people think should be done? Let that matter settle there. And as you can see, the following day, what happens? Issues come up about Kahiga, right? Yeah. But instead of Wanga addressing the issue of Kahiga, she mentioned Kahiga for 2 seconds, then went on the issue of Rigathi. So they were looking for Rigathi all around. Yeah. They were looking for where they can get the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua in the whole story, so they can implicate him in all these things about supremacy, political and otherwise. So there's nothing wrong that Rigathi Gachagua did.
Right.
He was brought in the issue of illness, and he decided to just mourn privately and all that. And for record, again, it's good to mention here in passing, Kahiga, the governor for Nyeri, is not our person. Again, let me tell you, Kahiga goes and says something. People people again expect Rigathi Gachagua to come and respond. Like how? Movie, look here. Me, I'm a senior member of DCP.
Right.
I come from Nakuru. Now I go in Nakuru on a rally and I say something. So people want Rigathi Gachagua to come and say, please refute what Mbae said. Really? That's number one. But number two, he's not our person. Please, for record, I want to say this many times so that it can
He's not in DCP.
He is not in DCP. He is a UDA governor.
Okay.
He was initially leaning towards us, but he left because he has been, hobnobbing with the people who are agents sent to confuse our party, the DCP party, including, of course, these are public figures, including the Honorable Gojiri, right? So they have been with him, and he has been sharing photos of him taking tea and mandazi. Now, you see, you don't just take tea with mandazi, especially this season, with just anybody. It means a lot. And then we got information 2 weeks earlier. He had been sent by the Deputy President of Kenya to a church in Nyeri with a very huge church donation.
Okay.
The governor for Nyeri. So that tells you he's not with us.
So he shouldn't be the problem of former DP. He should be the problem of the government.
Now you are talking. That is their problem. Okay. And another thing, nothing just happens.
Okay.
He may have been sent to say what he sent to cause a rift between the two communities. Why? Because the fear was that if you don't cause a rift between the two, there could be some coming together of the two communities in the future. Because you saw what happened there.
Yes.
Sifuna was celebrated, Kalonzo was celebrated, Uhuru Kenyatta was celebrated. Not as much as the people in government. People were trying to say, oh no, Laila left us in government. It was like, guys were like, we are not sure.
But so you think the opposition was treated unfairly during the burial of the late...
It was extremely unfair. And that is what Rigathi Gachagua didn't want to get into, to add to the confusion. Already the confusion was there. Look at Nyayo. The confusion was there. I mean, how can you ignore Kalonzo Musyoka? Surely. I mean, how let me ask you, how do you ignore Mother Karua?
Right.
Who was the running mate for Raila Odinga in the last elections in Bondo? How? Do you know why? Because they feared that he'll be celebrated. People are going to relate for her. But you cannot hide the truth. I'll tell you today. If you look at Kalonzo, the relations they got and Sifuna there. Remember, Sifuna comes originally from Western, but he's in Bodo. Those people have moved. The fear is gone.
Okay.
These people they want to liberate themselves. So however much you want to suppress, and then after that failed, you want to bring in Gachagua by saying, people didn't know that Kahiga was not our person.
Yeah.
People thought he was our person.
Actually, that was the conversation.
The conversation was, first of all, you think Rigathi Gachagua in terms to connect him to the health of Laila. Then you come and that he didn't attend the burial because you wanted you to attend the burial so you can smoke him. So you can humiliate him. Yeah. Then once that fails, you go set up Kahiga because people think Kahiga is a Nyeri governor, is a light-haired man for Gachagua. You go fix him to go mess up so that you can mess the relationship between the two communities. Then Wanga comes up and hits again Gachagua. He escapes again. They have been looking for him. But do you know what? He is silent, and that is what's scaring them. Let me tell you something as I finish this thing.
Right.
A guy who you presented a report saying he'll be done within 3 months after impeachment. Why are you still so scared about him? Do you know why? Because the guy moved with the mountain. 47% is what gave votes. 47% of the mountain is what gave votes to the president currently.
Yeah.
Remember 1.5 gave to Raila, courtesy of Uhuru. Right now, all that vote is together. And that vote, this time 27, is going to vote one place. And I can assure you, it's not the president. So he's scared. Now, 1 year after the impeachment, he called his troops. He did a survey, and the president, by the way, he's a scientist. He believes in scientific polls.
All right.
He did a survey, and survey brought up a percentage of 15% from 47. Yes, in Mount Kenya, 1 year after the impeachment.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
So he called his people. I mean, the DP and of course Kimani Ichung'wah and other guys. I said, guys, you told me after 3 months. After I appoint Kidiki, things are going to go back to normal in Mount Kenya. Then he said, no, you see, we need to go and talk to the people. Then you remember the 10-day, the 5-day trip by the president in all the counties of Mount Kenya. Remember that? He went. After that, came back. The polls came from 15%, the nod for the president in Mount Kenya, to 9%.
Right.
After that, after going around, he called them furiously, asked them, what's happening here? You guys, if I don't have support there, I'll go look for other friends in Western and Nyanza.
Which he's already doing.
He said, no. You see, they told him, no. You see, the president, what you did, the mistake. You went alone, yourself. Let's first of all do smaller meetings in the constituencies before you come back. Economic empowerment was born. 1 billion, another 1 billion. Remember, he spent $1 billion to go around. Because that was about 10 million per constituency.
Yes.
Mobilization alone. So, if you do that like 66, like about 70, with the logistics, $1 billion was spent. Okay. Another $1 billion was spent on economic empowerment. Now, forget the fact that it was done in Ukambani to show that it's national. But it was supposed it was aimed at Mount Kenya. $1 billion goes. Do you know what? They did another opinion poll. It came to 5%.
It had actually gone lower.
Yes.
From 9 to 5.
It went 15 to 9 to 5. Then he hit the table. He said, now guys, you have to allow me to go. That's why you saw a lot of development. Everything else moved towards the Nyanza region, towards Western.
So is that what was being said, that perhaps there is a lot of development happening in that Western region as opposed to the Central region? Is that really a true assessment, though?
Now, I'll tell you this. What Kahiga was saying was the truth, only that he used the wrong words.
Okay.
He should have done that, said that even before the passing on of Raila. This is what happened. Immediately the team came to power, they had to be appeased. And it signaled a shift from Mount Kenya to the other side. Okay? So what happens? The first thing you saw, the ministers. Because resources follow power. Okay? When you are minister, you influence. When you are PS, you influence.
Yeah.
What happened? Listen to this. Powerful positions of chairman of committees was removed from Mount Kenya. Now listen, they were not given to the same people from the mountain. They were given to other people from the regions of ODM.
For the sake of the listener, give me an example of this was moved from here to here.
Good. Chairman of budget.
All right.
It was moved from Dede Nyoro to Atadi. Samuel Atadi from Nyanza. Chairman of we had Gakuya, who was the chairman of trade committee.
Right.
It was removed, taken to ODM area. We have about 7 chairmen of both Senate and the National Assembly that were stripped of their positions and they were given out. Now listen, as a chairman of a committee in the National Assembly or Senate, that's a very powerful position, equal to a minister, because you actually even have you actually even discuss the budget. You actually change projects. Okay, you actually you had the other day the chairman for budget Boston saying, I mean, in my desk there are piles of requests. Why are the requests coming to him? Because the chairman of budget is very powerful.
Okay, he
actually changes things from the executive. That's what happened. And he's saying people come to me and the president told me ni tumia akili yangu. You see, now that marks the shift from Mount Kenya to the other regions. Okay, now as we speak right now, so the president has been now hanging on the issue of ODM, because if you look, Azimio is out. Why? Western is out. Most of it is gone. The Kamba Nation, the Kisii Nation, a lot of Maasai, a lot of Mijikenda. We are doing our own inroads. We are doing our inroads in all parts of the country. So his hope was on the ODM area, and that's why you see a lot in the 4 counties. A lot of things have been happening. A bit of coast, because of Joho and all that. A bit of Western, not so much. A bit of Western because of the resistance.
Does Joho have much influence in the coastal region?
Now let me tell you, that is in the past. In the past he has had, but remember, he has been seen as a person who has been doing his own. A lot of whatever he gets is private business, family. Like the people of Mijikenda, going forward, I can tell you today, because we know what we have done already. The people of Mijikenda want a new home and they are in the opposition. Okay. They are no longer in government.
Through which principle, if it's not the Honorable Joho?
Now, watch at Magarini. We are going to take that seat.
Yeah.
DCP. That will be the beginning.
This by-election.
This in a few weeks, we'll be here. We are going to take Magarini because has been a lot of betrayal by the coast people, by frosty, a lot of big promises, which has never happened. I can tell you this, the coastal people, through Mijikenda. Okay? Through the Mijikenda. And you see, coast is made up of who? After Mijikenda, it's made up of Kisis. It's made of Kambas. Made up of Kikuyu. Made up of Luyas. They're the people who live in coast. So once we appease the original, the Mijikenda, right, we get them all the way from
the natives.
The natives rather, the Digo, the Mijikenda, the 9 the nine all the way from Taita, Taveta, all the way to Digos and all that, all there, Kilifi, whatever, all those 5 counties. Then we are going to have a good, because and we have serious veterans like Akina Zipapa.
Okay.
Mama Kwere and other people there. We have people like Jichopevu.
All right.
We have people who resonate with the ground. So
are you trying to say that Honorable Mohammed Ali is with the opposition?
He is. People are bidding time. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
People are bidding time because of a few things. And of course, you don't expose all your armies at the same time.
Right.
Some of us are here, but there's people. People who are in the second tier, the third tier, and people are coming out. Let me tell you what will happen. We have 2 months to the end of the year. Now, I'm saying this from a political perspective. Once January comes and people discover it's no longer about 2027, it's about next year. Things are going to shift very fast. It's going to be a downhill work. Many people are going to make decisions. People are going to leave government who know for sure that they don't have a future in this government. They're going to be leaving. There's going to be a lot of exodus after January.
Yeah.
After this December, January, one of the indicators will be the by-elections, of course. We are going to shake it very badly. The official position will get like 90% of the seats.
But let me ask you something, Mheshimiwa. What if after all is said and done, what happens if, for example, you've mentioned Magarini. We also have Banisa. I don't know how you guys are performing as far as that is concerned. But what happens if you don't get as much as you had thought? And maybe now things on the ground show something different. What happens after?
And that's why we are saying, instead of talking much, we have a few weeks. We have waited for the last 1 year, 2 years since the impeachment of League G, and maybe a few months since the formation of the united opposition. It's very simple. I can tell you this, that UDA, our own first goal, first of all, is to make sure that all the seats UDA had, most of them, we take it away from them. Just to show an example, what is going to happen in 2027. Okay? UDA depended a lot with the by-election that happened. They were taking seats from Jubilee. That's what happened from the year 20, I think 18, 19, 20 there. You know, that's what they did. So people have begun to see, wow, you mean Jubilee can be defeated? And finally, when we did Kiamba, that was it. That was a confirmation there's no state, there's no deep state, and there's no system. So, as we are planned, we are not sure, but Banisa has his own issues. We had a very strong candidate who was bought off, and we are saying, Bovi, anybody who can be bought.
I actually hosted him here.
Anybody who can be bought, we don't need them. But let me repeat this.
Yes.
Actually, going forward, we are going to be very key on who we trust on our tickets.
Okay.
Anybody who has any idea they can be bought at night, we don't need them. Because where we are going, we want soldiers. We want committed people loyal to the cause. Capacity to serve their people on the ground and loyal to the cause.
Right.
So, Banisa, we are not sure. But Mbae, I can tell you this. The amount of circulation of money happening there by the minute is very high. The economy has improved. You know, suddenly in Mbae North, we are going back there. Okay, we have our strategy. Watch for the results. Magarini, we are very hopeful. Pulko Ward in Kajiado, Naroko North, we are taking as DCP.
Yes.
Okay. Marava, we are going to take as official position. We are still in the discussions. Okay. We have in Bongoma, we have a by-election in one of the wards. We have 2 by-election, 3 in Nyamira.
Yes.
Okay. Official position, we will take it. No place for UDA. It's a matter of now which party, but we are going to take that. We have Kisa East in Kakamega. We have, of course, some in Machakos, where our Waipa is going to field. So out of all those seats, and where we feel that we don't have candidates as a united opposition, we are going to support people that people want there on the ground. An example is Baringo. Baringo, people didn't want, they were not comfortable with the UDA candidate that was picked. They went for Gideon Moi. He was bought off. But there's a candidate there, Sam Wakili there.
All right.
Called David, and he's on the ground. And the ground is shifting towards him.
Speaking of which, we also seeing the president doing political alliances. He's now courting, of course, the remaining ODM and their leadership to get them on to, completely either it's like it's been said ODM will swallow UDA at one point, and they might end up having the president as their running mate but as their presidential candidate come 2027. We have also seen Kanu has been wooed through Gideon Moi. So clearly the president is sweeping support, trying to capture as much as possible. In regards to the coalition between ODM as constituted right now with the president, what does that mean for his political future, according to your eyes?
2 things. two things. Now, let me start from this point. As we had blessed Raila Odinga to go and join the president, even support him in 2027, we were clear with that. We had our mathematics was clear with that arrangement, because the issue is either Raila was going to stand, and I'm just saying now for the purpose of the institution,
right,
to support Ruto, number one. We knew if that was going to happen, when Raila himself was vying in 2022,
right,
the turnout rate in Luanyaza was about 66%. So we knew he was going to support Ruto, minus a lot of quite a number of Gen Zs and millennials and progressive forces. He was going to get about that percent. I can tell you this.
This is okay.
Yes, that was a calculation. Now, if Raila was going to vie, that was good for us anyway. Okay, because that also those were not our votes.
Okay,
if he was going to vie. Now talk about this now. Two scenarios are going to happen. If the president, because I can tell you, president is not going to go to the elections with UDA. He's going to go, and he's likely even to go get a merger. He's going to merge those parties like that, those parties that, and by the way, many parties are coming from Mount Kenya. Quite a number. Many of those governors, especially second-term governors, have been asked by the state to start parties. We know quite a number of them. So we are going to see many parties which are going to come into coalition.
Okay.
With the name of sprinting the votes. Because the strategy he has right now for Mount Kenya, then if you're not going to vote for me, don't go and vote for opposition in one basket. Try to split as many. We know these things, right?
Yeah.
So that's what he's going to do. No, let me first of all, we finish with the ODM.
Yes.
So two things will happen. The president will try to woo people. Of course, he has been trying to woo Kalonzo seriously with everything else, as he does. It's normal. We know. He can do anything. And by the way, he can be as desperate as flying into Kalonzo's. If he knows today he is at home, he can drive there himself alone.
And the Sekuru.
No, even here at 10 at night alone.
All right.
He can do that. That's how desperate the president gets.
Okay.
Lead it to go and back. I'll give an example of what happened with Musalia Mudavadi. Remember, Musalia Mudavadi was in the opposition that time, before 2022.
Yes.
Then he got tired following the same team. Intelligence told the president, the guy's getting tired, get him. And he looked for a PA, one of the PAs to Mudavadi, and he said, can I get to see Mudavadi? When the PA went to tell Mudavadi, he was dismissive. He said, no, I don't want to, I have no time for that guy, completely. Right. And he was very mad. Then the PA didn't have the courage to tell the president, then the DP,
right,
that this guy doesn't want you. So the president stayed, by evening he felt something is not right here. This guy think he does, and time is running, and he wants to make the catch.
Right.
Do you know what?
He drove.
The president drove to the PA's home, took him in his car, and they drove to Musalia Mudavadi's. They saw him on the gate. And then the Musalia was very mad. He was now talking to this guy in Western. What is it you have done? I told you not to see this guy. But Tessie is there. She said, no, this is my home now. The guy has come. He's a DP. We cannot embarrass him. Welcome. And that is how Mudavadi and Wetangula got into
government. The coalition.
The coalition. So what is going to happen? Here. The president is promising Kalonzo the ticket, saying become number 2. He is also promising Wanga. He's also promising Mudavadi and Gidiki. So he's playing the same game that you saw being played when Gachagua was being impeached. Kangata was told you are going to become, and his security was increased. Right. He began meeting Baba. Waigoro was promised DP. And a lot of things happened with Waigoro. Very many things. People approached and a lot of things happened. Security was increased everywhere. And there were like 3-4 people being promised a DP. So there's a lot of game going on. But whatever happens, let me tell you. Right now, even if he decides to go with ODM or decides to do the coalition, either way, it's not going to affect us because we had already agreed. We had already we were already in peace with the ODM going with the Brobris government
and the votes that are represented by that party.
We wanted to go to ODM Luo Nyanza, get at least 20-25-30% during the elections, and that one we are going to get. Why? Because we have people also in Luo Nyanza. I don't want to mention names, but we have people like progressive people like Babu Wino. We have progressive people like Sifuna, who can appeal to the Luo Nyanza. Tell them, guys, don't be left behind by this coalition. We are going back, Bovi, to 2002, where every part of the country feels they want to be in this team because we have one common opponent. And I want to say that in a very conservative way. We have one common opponent. There's nothing personal here. here. It's just business.
Yeah.
That's where we are going.
It's politics.
It's politics. So everybody want to have a peace. So you don't know, tell me that progressive voices in Nyanza want to be left behind out of where we are going. It's not possible. So I want to tell you today, our mathematics are done. By the way, we are completely done. We are waiting for the day to unveil our presidential candidate.
All right.
Not today, not next year. That's something we are going to do in 2027.
Okay.
There are people putting out of pressure everywhere. People are taking uji and whatever and water and tea. They are pushing us pressure to tell us, who is your candidate. We are telling them,
right.
Let people continue talking, moving, and all that.
In your conversation, I've not heard you mention other leaders also in that race. We're talking about former CJ Maraga. We're also talking about Senator Omtata and perhaps others who might come up at that particular point. But those two, at the very least, are in the game as far as running for president in this country is concerned. And Maraga is making some very, grandeur kinds of comments, saying, for instance, that he's going to have 50% of his government as women. And that is a very attractive, attractive statement to the voters.
No, let me tell you what's going to happen. Okay, we have the main ones who are known, right? We have the Honorable Gachagua, we have Kalonzo Musyoka, we have Matiang'i, we have Natembeya, Martha Karua, we have, of course, the Jubilee, Drew Matiang'i.
Right.
We have all these people. Now, what you're going to see happening, the people like Maraga are going to come in, finally. Okay? We are going to have one-term movement. I mentioned cost. They are going to come in a structured way to this team. We are going to have people from Northeastern. Don't have this illusion that everybody in Northeastern is in Broadbridge.
It looks like the president has Northeastern locked.
I tell you this. These are the few people who are eating from the government. There are few elites, just a few guys who can afford choppers, lights from Eastern to whatever. We are the people on the ground, because we have them. They approach us. Even some want to buy on our party.
Yep.
Okay? So we are going to have somebody, imagine. So Maraga, Okiom Tata, you get it?
Yep.
Other young people even who will come up. We are all going to sit on the same table because there's something enough for everyone in this country. Only that there's not enough for everybody's greed. But if everybody wants to need, there's something for everyone. So you got to sit together and look at the formula. Right? Look at the formula from Maraga coming on the table. Okiom Tata. Everybody is selling themselves right now. And that's what we agreed as United Opposition. That go sell yourself, then we come back, okay? We agree, how do we then move forward?
Then we choose the fittest.
And let me tell you what will happen. We are going to look at the combination that will be one term, that will deliver one term. Let me put it this way. I didn't mention anybody's name. I just said the combination.
Okay.
Come and see what happens with this as president, deputy president, position number 3. What are those positions? Then we go sell a package to Kenyans. Okay. This is what we propose to you as Kenyans. The only difference between this one and 2002 is that it will be done before. People will have to agree. We are going to put this before people. Before. Not do some movies at night and hide them in the pocket. You go removing them after elections and people begin confusion that the one you saw in 2003. That was very unfortunate, by the way. Come and put things on the table. Because when you're doing work as a team, it's not about two people. It's about everyone, including the voters. So we are going to have something very open. We are going to say, guys, this is a formula we think we will deliver. Yeah. So can you adopt it? And that is it.
Now, in terms of the youth, what's the plan? Because they have declared themselves partyless, leaderless, and all the other lesses I'm forgetting right now. But the main agenda for them is leaderless, partyless. How are you going to cater to their needs?
Very simple. This is what we have done. We have deliberately involved the young people in our mainstream parties.
Right.
Okay? In DCP, in WIPA, in PLP, in all those parties, DAPK, we do not only have youth as a league anymore. We have youth in the mainstream. So when NEC is sitting, we have about 7 or 8 young people sitting in NEC, where they talk. Not to be told, can you give us a report? We are going to adopt it in the next NEC. You talk about it there. In this, we have about 7. Who are young people? 7. So if in every party we have a lad out of our membership, out of the membership of our NEC, for example. So right now, they are integral part. They are not there to be told, you go tell us what you want and we are going to adopt some. They talk it when we are talking. Okay? That's how serious we are about the young people.
Okay.
And so we are telling them, you are part of this conversation. That's why we are saying in our structures, like from picking a running mate, like from picking, all these other people.
Yes.
For example, in DCP, we have a policy. 75% of the young people on the MCS is going to give it to young people. 75%. Let me say 70 to 75. Because, therefore, we want them to begin growing. Some of them may have in future to grow to become governors. Let's give me an opportunity from the MCA. Young people, then we have a very we have a very serious deliberate policy on mentorship, so that they go coming up. Then MPs, we go allow according to somebody's capacity and skills and their professionalism. We are going to give them. So in short, the young people are not somebody to be invited to the table. They are already on the table.
All right. Let's talk about the mountain and this so-called rift, if at all it is there. Is there a rift in the mountain?
I'll tell you this. There's no rift in the mountain. What is there? Let me tell you what happens to the mountain. The mountain people, they are well united. It's only actually in 22 when you saw there was like 3.5 that went to Ruto and 1.52 to Raila because of Uhuru.
Okay.
Because there was that issue. Who do we follow? Do we follow our exiting president who is giving us direction to vote somebody else, or do we follow Ruto, who Mount Kenya felt he was betrayed? So that's why you saw. But in the other times, if you look from the year 2002,
right,
it's 90-10%. They vote once. They vote one voice. A bit of 10% to the opposition, to the other side rather. But let me tell you what happened in 1982-87, so they can start from there.
Okay.
And I thank God for people like Rinjiro. It's good to have elders among you, because they tell you things nobody else would have told you.
Okay.
That thing would have gone like that. Nobody ever wrote about it. That the state then decided to go and prop up Matiba. Went and printed posters for him. Mobilized people, literally buses, so that Matiba can see he has people, so that the state could divide the vote between Kibaki and Matiba. He said it. It's on record. I like that. So what the system today is trying to do is exactly that.
Something similar.
Divide the vote for Mount Kenya.
It's all about perception.
The issue of East, the issue of West, and then county by county. They are trying that issue in Nakuru, where I come from. That you see Nakuru, you are not in Mount Kenya, now you are in Rift Valley. So your politics should be about Nakuru.
Yeah.
And the leaders are talking about it. And I'm like, you don't have to tell people where they belong. They know. So people, what am I saying? 2002, people vote 91. So I'll tell you what happens so that we can understand now. 9th of March 2018, during the handshake between the former President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. I will tell you this because I was active politically. That's the day I knew that Mount Kenya will vote for William Ruto because of the perceived betrayal. Uhuru didn't tell Mount Kenya what is wrong with Ruto.
Okay.
Yet people, Mount Kenya know that 2013, 2017, it is Ruto who campaigned for Uhuru in Mount Kenya. So that betrayal stuck. And I can tell you that's the day I knew many people will vote for Ruto because of that issue, and there was no explanation why you have decided to betray Ruto for Raila. Right?
Okay.
So a lot of things happen in Mount Kenya because we have one son here, Uhuru Kenyatta, who is sent to tell us Raila, and we have Ruto here, who people felt he was betrayed. And you know what happened. Now let me tell you this. The moment Gachagua was impeached, the day he went down like this, under the circumstances that you and I know,
right,
a lot of contempt, a lot of all that kind of thing, that is the day I knew Mount Kenya, 95% will not give Ruto the votes. This time they will be combined. So we're talking about 6 to 7 million. You can ask me, well, other people when they went to school to do veterinary, teaching and everything, I went to school to do politics and government.
Yes.
That's what I analyze every day. I can tell you seated here, 95% of votes from Mount Kenya region, the kind of betrayal that they felt they suffered under the president, it is not forgivable. Even if you take sheep or anything, it's done. Like a done deal. That's why you see, the president is so mad because he discovered later he was conned by the people who told him, you must keep off Gachagua. Do you know what he was asking them?
What?
I thought you told me what Mount Kenya wanted is a position of DP. Because they told him, what Mount Kenya wants, remove Gachagua, put Kidiki, it will be well. Of course, the people who wanted him removed.
Yeah.
But only later for him to come and discover, it's not about the position, it's a person. Mount Kenya follows a person. Let me tell you what happened. Kibaki was the president, right?
Yeah.
But Uhuru comes up in 2007. He says, no, I'm in Kanu. I want to vie. And he was told, excuse me, in Mount Kenya, you get a king at a time. So can you go call your NDC and declare support for Kibaki? That's what Uhuru did in 2007. So, and then he was told, you are next. Uhuru becomes next for 10 years, right?
Yep.
Then, right now, the political leader for Mount Kenya is Rigathi Gachagua. So now the people who impeached him went with the theory, what Mount Kenya wants is position number 2. Okay. So give it to Kidiki. It backfired. I can tell you to sit here. 95% of the votes, by the way, Mount Kenya, they don't do madamano, they don't do stones, okay? They don't burn buildings.
Yeah.
They are busy people. So what they did, they just decided, so you come to us, we leave our son, Uhuru Kenyatta, who told us to go for Raila.
Yeah. He
warned us about you, but we said no. Uhuru is a problem. Not you. You are a very good guy. Uhuru doesn't seem to like you. He after you helped him for 2 times, he doesn't want to be president. So we go with you. You come and sing our local churches.
Right.
You come and do harambes.
Yep.
You come and do all that. You come and cry in our churches. We have mercy on you. We vote for you. Then immediately you remove the guy we gave you. We give you a Gachagua.
Yep.
We knew with all his goods and what we gave you that guy to work with. So you come now, remove him after 1 year, and you are telling us you can still come and smile at us.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, that was the end of Mount Kenya and the president. Then number 2, then what happens? You see now, it could be another story if you made it look like a story between the president and Mount Kenya.
Right.
Then this issue of governance comes in, where now as a president, the style of leadership completely is off from the people. Now we have issues like education. Even today we don't know where we are. The issues of lecture strikes, the issues of SHA, the issues of public debt, the issues of these corruption issues, extrajudicial killings that now affect everybody across the country. So it becomes an issue. Not only does the president have a problem with Mount Kenya,
right,
but also the problem with the rest of the country because of historical issues, how he has managed the country for the last 3 years. What did you guys do in the media and elsewhere? You did a poll. Ruto at 3, 75% no.
Yeah.
A disapproval of 70 to 75%.
Let me ask you, Daktari, had President Ruto chosen a different person to be DP, let's even say hypothetically for argument's sake, chosen someone like Honorable Dede Nyoro, do you think he would be having a favorable outcome as far as the polls are concerned in the mountain?
I'll tell you this. If the president chose a different person from the word go and stuck with him, he would not have any problems.
Okay.
The problem is to try to use Gachagua to punch Uhuru, to get the Mount Kenya vote so he can become president, then drop him. Betrayal.
What I'm talking about is after the impeachment. So Rigathi Gachagua has been impeached.
Yes.
President decides to replace Rigathi with someone like Dede Nyoro. Would he be having favorable polls?
No, the same problem.
Okay.
Because you used Gachagua wrongly.
Okay.
The issue is politics of betrayal, deceit, and conmanship.
Okay.
That's the exact thing Ruto used to tell us. That he wants to remove politics of betrayal, deceit, how he was conned, according to him, by Uhuru Kenyatta. So he comes and conned us again, conned the whole region. So I'll tell you this. Now that you have mentioned, my good friend and brother Dede Nyoro. I mean, when I was government, I used to accuse him a lot in budget.
Okay.
I'm going to push for things from the government. I'll tell you this. People are telling Dede Nyoro, you're one of the future leaders of this country, just like Uhuru was in 2007.
Okay.
But Dede, good as you are, national as you are, this time around, we are in a time of war, in quotes, in Mount Kenya. And in war, people have to come together. We have one leader at a time. So people are telling Dede Nyoro, you have a very bright future. But what you must do in 2027, you must come back home, join with the other people to fight this war. Then your place in history is secured. That's a message actually I'm delivering right now to my friend Honorable Dede Nyoro. That's what the people of Mount Kenya are saying. Peter Kenneth was once a very bright guy. High hopes. You miscalculate politics, you go. Now we're talking about lifts. Yes. I've explained to you properly about someone like our good friend Honorable Kahiga. He's being used, and that is going to happen a lot. You'll be called, given issues, you are going to become this
weaponized.
Fight Rigathi Gachagua in your place, especially now with someone like Kahiga. It's a big achievement in quotes for the state. But let me tell you, would you rather have Kahiga and a few leaders, elected leaders in Nyeri, or 90% of the people? Any day. So these battles he's trying will not work because the people are with it. The people are in the one-time movement. So look at our good friend Gadhanwa Mushomba. She comes. She is in the opposition even when Rigathi was in the office, and she's talking about coffee and all that. The guy that leaves. Then Gathoni is like, I'm the one now to guide you on opposition politics.
Yeah.
So let me go get you a party. And Mshomba he wants to come and sell a party to Rigathi. And Rigathi refuses and goes on to register his own. Then she gets upset. Then she comes back and says, okay, fine. Then in that case, I have a party. Can you leave for me, Kiambu? DCP, no Kiambu. Let me handle Kiambu. I'm going to give my ticket to governor, senator, women rep, and I become the governor for Kiambu.
Okay.
Then this is how we are talking about one united mountain. And those are the personal issues you see with people like Wamushomba. Personal issues. You cannot bring personal issues in such a serious issue. Our friend Ngojiru Abogo, I just spoke about him. I'm just talking now about this perceived lift in the mountain. Just to tell you, there is none. It's a few leaders who are being used to try to cause confusion. Can I go back to my point? It's one leader at a time. Nobody disputes right now the political leader who has the people. And you see what the president was trying to do, crash it with Kidiki. To show Kidiki is a deputy president, he's a senior. The same crash that unfortunately Moi used.
Okay.
Moi would put together two people from the same county, from the same region to fight. That's exactly what is happening today. So please, Kenyans, when you see these things, don't be shocked. Just try to know. Let's be stick to one thing. We have one formation. Yeah. Why? We were conned out of going to government without a party. Right now, what we want is to have a party. Number two, get leaders who are going to go to this government as senators, MPs, governors. What qualities of people? One, they must have capacity. This to get a thing out. Please, movie.
Daktari, yeah. I mean, how then do we have, because what you're saying strategically for someone who understands inner workings of politics, it sounds awesome. But to the rest of the country, how do we present, how does DCP rather present this without making it necessarily sound, number one, tribal, and number two, regional based, which is more or less tribal?
Me, I like your question. Let me tell you, and I will say this unapologetic. And by the way, when I say this, I'm a student of present government. I'm an expert on peace and conflict studies. I know these things. There is nothing wrong in regional mobilization for national good. Nothing wrong. Nothing. Yeah. Even when we do peace, we start from the village. We start from the family. We go to the sub-county. We go to the villages. We go all the way. There's nothing wrong. People must stop feeling guilty for coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
No. I mean, actually, this is story I had, and by the way, I don't want to get lost.
Yeah.
Let me finish, then I come back to what you were saying.
Sure.
I was saying, listen, we have a known guy who is always talking about stuff on social media everywhere. My friend Ngojiru Abogo was with us. He was used by the state to spy on us. He gets out. Now he's been busy recruiting Akina Kahiga and recruiting other people. When we saw him with Matiang'i, we said, hey, Matiang'i, please, you are a good brother. Please, the company we're keeping is not right. Kioni popularized Matiang'i, remember, a lot alone for a whole year. Why? Because he wanted to be the running mate. Let's stop being selfish and narrow. Movies today, I could be seated somewhere with 2 vehicles, red carpet, drinking tea, foreign trips.
Yeah.
But I just thought the kind of betrayal the people are suffering and the pain people are going through out of poor delivery in this country, I don't want to be associated with failure. I just stepped out and I said, can I be part of that? The change I want to see. I would have decided to be somewhere getting money every Friday and enjoying life, right? But I said, wait a minute, somebody has to stand.
Yeah.
Somebody in the first liberation, the Memorial Liberation, the first liberation. Somebody stood and said, wait a minute, guys, this is not right. Second liberation, Lubia, Charles Rubia, Matiba, all those guys, they stood up. They said, this is not right. The Gen Zs, 24th last year, they said, you cannot come and do this to me. We are telling you, don't pass the finance bill. You are passing. Somebody stood it. Now, here I am as a son of this country. So please, don't be selfish. Here, this is a serious issue. The issue of one-term Bovi is a serious business. So, doesn't matter whether you come from Luo, or Kisii, or Kamba, or Kikuyu. If you have a trace of somebody who can be bought, or even if at night you wake up and dream about 2-term, we don't need you.
Yeah.
We will bless you to tell you, go to the other side, but we don't want to bring blemish here. So, I've talked about 2, so people can be very clear. That's how we are dealing with them. So, now, during the burial of the father to Kimani Ichung'wah, he comes and he's excited to see Mushomba. He says, this is a person who gives us secrets. That was done. That was the end of Mushomba because people have ears.
Yeah.
And then she comes out after a month to some radio station saying, brings the story of Bozi. Okay? Diversionary. Brings the story of Buzi of Kenyatta.
Yeah.
Surely, first of all, don't drag a former president is a very serious person in Kenya. Dragging him about stories. You are removed from a WhatsApp group. Why didn't you say then that there are people planning to go and raid? Why come and tell us now? When already Ishongo have said you are the agent of government in opposition.
Yeah.
Right? Then the following day, I think a week later, the person Ishongo comes finally, and you see Ishongo doesn't attend shows. He doesn't. He's a senior guy, bana.
Yeah.
Majority leader. He controls government. He doesn't. Actually, that time he said, I was here last 2 years ago. Yet you are supposed to be talking, articulating government policies on media. Right. He doesn't, because he's senior, but he had to come this time. Why? And he said the same thing about condors.
Yeah.
The sheep. Look at the narrative, what Wamushoba had said. Never mind, he had said this is our person. Look at the connection. Shonga comes and says Kiambu to remain a region.
Yes.
To get out of Mount Kenya. The same story Wamushoba is talking about. You can see the correlation. So what I'm talking here, please Kenyans, when you see these things, know very quickly, these are things being planned by the state to try to divide and to first of all try to divide the mountain before I come to the country.
Right.
Those are now these strategies being used to divide and all that. So what we are saying, when you see such people, we are going to shout about them. Also Kenyans learn about them and get out. This is a serious business we are doing. We don't want people who are at night going to receive money, getting favors, and they are coming to tell us that we are together. We are not together. I've mentioned a few people. I've said there are some parties which are being lined up.
Right.
To come and cause confusion. Now you're asking a question, a very good question. Now, you ask about the mountain.
Yes.
Let me now show the picture nationally. Now, that is only the mountain. You are going to see the same efforts in other parts of the country trying to divide one term. One of them, get Kalonzo to come and kill the opposition by joining government. Wavinya Deti is a very sober governor. She even gave the deal. You know, was it 3 billion? 3 PSS? The same story. And let me, I'm asking you, Pubi, where are we 60-something years after independence? Look at where Kibaki left us. 62. Look at where we 62. Look at where we are back to. Where it's about me. It's me I can bring down the whole government, the whole cabinet,
yes,
to suit some political things. Just to get in 3 people so that they can serve my political interests. Not about work. Hakuna mali unatanya mambo ya kazi. Gideon comes in, says, I want ABCD. So there has to be a reshuffle to accommodate him. Something happens, 3-4 ministers from Mount Kenya. No, these ones are not working. Bring others who are aligned to another place. That's why I can tell you seated here. You will not see any delivery going forward in this country as far as how we had planned or how we know it should happen.
Yeah.
And I'll finish by saying this. So you'll see confusion in Kambani. You see a lot of confusion, people being bought little with money from Northeastern, from Coast, from Kisii. You saw when Simbarati went to receive Matiang'i.
Yes.
Immediately after, he was in State House leading a delegation of 5,000 people. In short, where are we going? Where are you going? Come back. There will be a lot of that going forward. What is constant is one term. And I can tell you, if Ruto's disapproval was 70%, yes, 3 years later, next year it will be 80%. In August, delivery. We are talking about delivery.
Yeah.
This is not about politics. Delivery will be 80, and I can tell you by 2027 elections, it will be about 85 to 90.
Is it honestly fair to say that the government hasn't delivered on anything whatsoever?
Nobody has ever said that. I'm a professional. I cannot say something which I cannot stand with. I just said disapproval was 70.
Okay.
So, they're saying that only 30% approves the government after 3 years. 70% says we are not seeing it because of the many issues we have been discussing every day. Many issues on health, on what, on SHA. Literally, guys, you cannot see. And I'll give you an example. The president was in Nakuru, my home county, right? For 3 days. And of course, we were monitoring our people on the ground. And I like this. Not anybody talking on his behalf.
Right.
He took to the mic at State House meeting. How many people were there? Movie? 8,000. Each got 7,000. The budget was 10,000. So I think people are many. So we are talking about a budget. You know that issue, the money given in all those other meetings, because he had like about 10 meetings, 100 million. Okay?
Yeah.
So the president says at some point, we are aware we were supposed to do the Lanet airport. Something was promised 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
He, in his own words, Irikwama. His own words.
Who promised that airport in Lanet?
The national government.
Okay.
He says Irikwama. Oh, you see, Afraha Stadium, Irikwama. His own words. there was that Orenguruni Stadium that was supposed to be named after Faith Kipyegon. He says ilikwama. Itare Dam, me and you know ilikwama, right? Road D366 is a road connecting Longai, Bahati and Sobukia. Okay. It's full of potholes. Not commissioned, not finished. It has potholes. Ilikwama. We counted 15 to 20 projects that are stored in Nakuru, big ones. I'm not mentioning the small ones, by national government. Titling, issue of titles, issue of what, my Mahio victims, okay? My Mahio victims today, they're still crying. 2 years. Anniversary, 2 years. Promised money. Ilikwama. Land, never bought. Promises after? Promises. All those roads and all that. Now, but now, he goes on your 4th year as president. He goes on to say, nimetafuta. Nitatafuta ingine 1 billion 500 ya furaha ikaambiliwa 400 ya Orenguruni on your 4th year. Then he moves from Nakuru where people don't know many things, where he goes to Naivasha yesterday. He makes another raft of like 20 promises. Yes. So let me ask you, one, we know there's no money in this country because capitation has not been paid. Lecturers are on strike. We completely don't have money. Let me tell you what used to give us problems. What? In government. You go do presidential directives. They would come to us and we are wondering, how do you do with the presidential directives? There's no budget line. Right? But you have mentioned that you have gone. There are no budget lines. So right now, you have to go back, do again supplementary budgets, try to look for money from where? That's why those things are not done. They will not be done. I can tell you 80% will not be done because there's no money. It's just political. The way people come and you're excited. Now, let me tell you what should happen because it's very sad. This is very important because of my background. Yes. Bovi, if you want to help this country, once you are elected, go to the ground. As a county of Nakuru, for example. And that's some of this God helping me in the future, in the leadership role I'm looking for. As a senator, my work is representation, especially with the national government. So I'll partner with the governor, go to all the sub-counties, pick those issues. The issues people are shouting now, by the way, President, na hospitali, when he is still there. Na ingine, hata si tuataka soko. Tulisikia umefanya soko huko, tupatie soko. Never mind the last words of a man who is passing on. Laila Odinga said, markets, houses are devolved functions. Yeah. So don't come and tell us you love Laida and you're going to be partnership with ODM. Yet he said we must be very clear on governance structures. Yeah. I digress, but you want to go so that now you are popular. Market ntawalete hapa. Ingine. That kind of thing is not sustainable. We cannot say that for you to get a market, the president has to come to your area. So what am I saying? We'll go back, get, for example, Nakuru has 11 sub-counties, move on with the whole team of all the elected leaders. Now I'm talking about after elections. I'm giving an example. Yes. Go with the MCAs and governors and senators and women rep and everybody. Go pick those, and MPs. Go pick all what people want. Put them in a 5-year plan by which you are elected. Divide the roles for governor, MP, and of course for me as a senator, I'm representing everything. Yes. I'm an oversight for governor, oversight for the national government. Then you come and say, guys, what are the work for the governor? Can we agree do this because these ones touch on the county government? The ones that are like those now big trunk roads, mega dams, big electricity projects. Yeah. Roads traversing 3-4 sub-counties in Nakuru, right? I take them up, put them in my plan for 5 years. Then, in a structured way, because of course there's money in the national government, there's money in the counties. I don't disagree. Partnership is important. Yes. Then do it in a structured way so that you go put it in the budget. Go and say, this year we are going to have this money from the national government, going to do Lanet Airport, we are going to do, Afraha, we are going to partner here with ABCD. Of course, only those roads that are supposed to be national and county. If a function is county, give money to the counties. That's my proposal. You are going to see things happening, by the way, in the spirit of Raila Odinga, by the way. So, don't wait for the 4th year. Because you want to feel you are popular, go to some market in Kiptangwanyi or Munanda or Kongasis. Then people put you pressure, commit to something which there's no money, there's no budget. That is immoral, is unethical, is illegal, is unconstitutional. And that is right.
Why would anyone, and especially in the capacity of the president, give such kinds of promises, very well knowing that there is no money? And then secondly, why is no one calling at the very least, calling him out and telling him, Mr. President, within his own either cabinet or within his own structures in the party or within his own close advisors, and tell him, President, hiyo nao lidanganyana. Ukienda Machakos, don't give such a promise. Ukienda Kitui, don't give such a promise. Why is that not happening?
Now, that's a very good question of why it's not happening. Now, I'll tell you this. The first people who should have, first of all, when the president gets to office, the people, the leadership, first of all, should have come the way I'm saying. Don't come for the 4th year. Get what you need. Engage the president so that it is structured. Now, he comes. The question you're asking.
Yeah.
Who is supposed to do that? Either the governor. Now, I'm talking about the county. Senator. Women left. MPs. MCS for it. Maybe not for MCS because this is national.
Right.
All of them, for example, in Nakuru, they're in broad-based government. They're in two-term. They cannot raise a finger. They cannot talk. Yesterday I was trying to share those clips and telling guys, and then I got some messages from some people, senior people in government, of county government, tried to send me some message. Oh, you know, you're going to see hujaona anything bad in my phone. And I was like, now me, I'm not even elected. I'm just a leader.
Yeah.
You know, on governance, try to tell you what you're doing is.
Yeah.
And then they have the girl, because I put it in my Facebook page, and they are there trying to send me messages at night. Oh, you know, you have not seen anything yet. We want to turn on 2027. I just say, please don't lie to people because it's painful. In short, rest in peace oversight. The moment you saw everybody is going to, you know, to postulate in State House, governors, MPs, senators, is done. So right now, nobody can tell him. And he wants to say that for political reasons. But you know what? That's what I'm telling you. If out of the promises you gave is what is giving you 70% disapproval, because of those promises, people can see nothing has happened. Continue giving promises. We are in this country. When you do Ruto at 4, in August next year, you will see the rate of disapproval. Because I just felt pain. Actually, when I saw those things and people send me the clips, you are doing like 10, 20, and then don't say I. You know, this is where the difference between Kibaki and the current president. Don't say nitatafuta, nimetenga, nimetafuta ingine 20. Ambia mtu yangu hapa kupatia 5 million. Lide, I don't want to be the kind of country.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be part of such kind of a country myself.
Okay.
Because hiyo ni kudanganya watu. You cannot come here and say, hiyo milioni 5, nimesikia maombi yako, chukua ndo kanunue basi. Let me tell you. This kind of, you want to be like you are the person who, and then you said about ministers and all that.
Yeah.
Mbuvi, uende uambie president akusema kitu futu kazi. Ati to go and question what he says. So what happens? Guys go back. They begin saying, where are we going to get the money? Then now, because there's no money, they buy time.
Yeah.
In South Africa. By the time you go back next time, haijafanywa. That's what happens. Because now, they don't have the courage. And the people, a few people who had courage, they are at home. A few ministers who had courage to say the truth, they were told, here you cannot question me. And that's why other people were brought who do not know him. That's what happened. Okay. You saw the first cabinet, the Gen Z reshuffle that was done.
Yes.
Cabinet went home. Other people came back. The people who are not questioning. All the people you saw questioning, they knew him too much. And you see, what you do as leader sometimes, you want to share the people who know you too much, so that you can be left with guys who fear you.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Can I read some comments
yes,
here?
Please.
So we have Mohammed Murunga, for instance, saying Gachagua has done a commendable job of checking the executive. However, please advise him to tone down on the Mrima narrative. It alienates a huge chunk of Kenyans. And then there's DK, or one term is constant. Then Joseph Nderito anasema hivi, Peter Mbae, I am waiting for the by-election to see the strength of DCP outside of Mulima. Loki Loake, I hope nimeshika vizuri. Awesome show indeed. I'm learning a lot about Kenyan politics. Njuki Mungai anasema, damn, this guy oozes of passion and conviction. We need more of him in our public governance space. I'll read the rest as we go on. Yes. There's one question I want to get back to, and we were talking about leaders from different regions having, and I like the fact that you said, and we have actually agreed here several times with the city Muka that we cannot minus the whole conversation of our regions. It's just that we need to be positive about you being from Nakuru, me being from Kitui, and so on and so forth. It's not a bad thing to come from regions, and to also be an ambassador of your tribe. The question I want to ask is about you've mentioned several leaders that are being wooed. You mentioned Kalonzo being one of them. Several times they have tried getting him. I'm sure they've tried getting others. It's just that we're not mentioning them. Is the DP in that list of people who are being wooed, or have at least the president has tried wooing them back into his space?
I won't, because you are reasoned to by very good middle class people in this country.
Right.
Progressive forces, people we really need to drive this country forward. But allow me to say one thing in very quickly. Now, this thing I've heard a lot. Let me try to clear it for once. Oh, you're doing very well. Please, but tell Gachagua, not to be so tribal, national outlook. Please, don't buy a narrative that has been baked, cooked, and sold to you by NIS and the state. That's a narrative. Let me tell you what narratives do. A narrative is normally cooked, then fed to the people. So intended to achieve a certain end. There was a narrative that the opposition is the one that organized for the banning of businesses in Mount Kenya, if you remember. And something happened. Some police station has been raided, and those terrorism charges, Wanjiko Thega, other guys that were there, they were caught up with those things.
There was a supermarket that was attacked.
A narrative that it is the opposition that is banning their own businesses to try to bring Gachagua down. It was a narrative. Now, you remember that narrative of tribalism, that 41 against 1. That tutazunguka wale watu ni wakabila, hawataki mtu mwingine aongoze, blah 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 blah. It backfired. That also backfired. And finally, when the president met Muranga people, he was told, if you proceed with this thing, it's going to backfire. What did he do? He said, the people who killed Ukabila in Kenya ni Mlima. Did he say that? But who had started the narrative? NIS. It backfired. So, please, I want us today here to agree. Because we are going to be talking here, and I'm going to be engaging, because me, I believe I'm a nationalist, right? But I come from somewhere. But the most dangerous person moving on earth is a leader for me, like here, but I hamper divisive, ethnic bitterness and anger. I'm the worst person that I can ever be on this mic.
Yeah.
We need people. Of course, you come from somewhere, but when you come on the national stage,
right,
you know how to rally people together, because there's nothing wrong by belonging somewhere. What is wrong is what I call negative ethnicity. So, I want to urge our people, please, let Rigathi Gachagua be. The guy is a student of literature, is a student of political science. He knows a few things. Can you please allow Rigathi Gachagua to first consolidate the mountain? Once he consolidates the mountain with all what he has got, we are talking about, a voter of 6 to 7 million. He is doing the next thing, looking for friends, because he knows he cannot survive alone. He knows he cannot liberate this country alone. Please, Kenyans, understand. There's nothing wrong with the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua going to make sure he consolidates the mountain as his first call. There's nothing wrong. Please, when you see him making trips so many, is to make sure the mountain is united. Because otherwise, like I said, people are not sleeping there night trying to split the mountain. But number 2 he's doing is to go look for friends. That's why we have Kalonzo there. That's why we have coast people talking to him every day. We have Masais, we have Kisii, we have Luya, we have Luo Nyanza, we have Northeastern and Rift Valley. So please allow him to do that as he looks for friends. Then go look for proper leaders and put the shape of the next government. And then now the 4th thing he wants to do is to mentor the young people. That's how simple Gachagua is. Please look at Gachagua in those 4 things. First of all, consider the mountain. Secondly, get new friends. So because we understand, much as you come from Mount Kenya, it's not enough. The journey we are talking about has to be won by everybody coming on board. That's what we please. It has to be very clear so that we don't buy into that narrative that Gachagua is a tribalist, that he's talking about tribalism, that he's just talking about Mlima. Mlima is key part of this country. It has to be on the table. And it will come in through Gachagua. So please, I think I want to be very clear. And I'm saying that as a professional, by the way. As a professional, where you speak as a professional, you can be asked a question and answer. Okay. So now, you ask a question about
him being wood. Or bought.
Let me tell you today. And this is important to say here on record.
Please.
If today, God or angels or somebody would ask President Ruto to give a wish, it would be how to get Rigathi back to government. One wish. Hivyo tu, ile mtu anaambiagwa, okay.
Unataka nini?
You know, remember those King Solomon, how he was appeared in a dream by God those days. If he was to have a dream at night and God appears to him, said, Ruto, I give you the kingship. You have messed this country. People are crying all over the place. So, but because I'm God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, I've come here to ask you, what can I do for you at this time? What is your biggest wish? He would say, get me Gachagua here, back to government. You'd want to have it like a dream, like Gachagua never left. Please come, continue with powers, and please, you are the deputy. That is the biggest wish ever that the president has today. But let me tell you today, even if Gachagua was to go back to Ruto today, even if the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua would to work according to that dream and go back to her annex and go back immediately. You know, of course, government is able to do things within hours. You saw that during impeachment.
Oh, yeah.
Within hours, all the cases, things can happen very fast.
True.
Can I tell you something today? The Mount Kenya will not follow him. Mount Kenya region will not follow. He will go alone. That is how serious Mount Kenya are with something called betrayal and conmanship and deceit. They deal with you. They keep you the war and say, let's meet that time.
So there's no forgiveness.
Mount Kenya is done with the president completely because you cannot heal wickedness. You cannot heal a personality.
There's no forgiveness.
You cannot. Only Jesus has the power to turn someone around. But you cannot heal a personality. If somebody cons you, they will con you again. So by getting him back, the Mount Kenya antenna will be up saying, oh, now this guy wants to finish us completely. Because you know what people are saying? If you can con people during your first term, sometimes Moi went to Raila during his exiting term, right? Kibaki agreed to the handshake during his last term. Uhuru couldn't dare. Actually, Uhuru persevered Ruto.
Yeah.
Badly from 2015, we were in government. We knew what was happening. There was already rifts. Yeah. Serious rifts, by the way. Serious rifts from 2015.
Yes.
Once the ICC cases collapsed, the battle went local. Right? And there was a lot of rifts. But Uhuru was told, you touch Ruto, your coming back is not guaranteed. Because Ruto is a campaigner and he has a big block. He just persevered. That's why the first business Uhuru did was to get off Ruto and get to Raila in 2018.
Okay.
He was fed up. But he knew, you don't make such a mistake during your first term. But this is a gentleman who makes that blunder within the first year.
Daktari, what is this thing that Ruto and the former president, like what is it?
Let me tell you. So
because the president never told us that is now the former president. He never really told us makosa walikosania wapi.
I'll tell you this.
Yes.
So now I'm just telling you about that. So he would move around. It's done. And I can tell you this, I can repeat here. It's done. You'll see this happening here by January. The people are going to leave government. By August, it will be done. Now, let me tell you. One day we were at Wamonyo, with the Honorable Rigiji. We are seated there, and he tells us that there's nothing the president cannot do to get me back. And this is what Wamonyo was saying. And we were there in his homestead.
Yes.
And he said, the president can do anything and he has no qualms. You can see him dropping here by a helicopter. He has a big yard there. You can see him dropping here without notice. Yeah. If he just knows that I'm here, you can see him here, just come and tell him, please come back. But you know what he told us? He showed us some door, some exit door to the maize plantations and bananas.
Right.
He said, we will jump out of here and begin calling for help when we are out there. Because agreeing him to come here, it will be bad enough for us. Just that the president landed in Wamonyo. So we'll run away and call for help when we are out there. I'm just telling you, it's that serious.
Yes.
So you're asking that what would happen?
What happened?
What happened?
Yes.
Now I'll tell you this. The president from the word go, he feared Gachagua. He was pushy. He had serious mobilization skills politically. He supported the president in the campaigns. And all the way, president didn't want a strong person as a DP. He didn't want a strong person as a DP. He wanted to rule the country with a new constitution, but some clauses of the old constitution, where a VP would be sacked at will. He didn't want somebody who would stuck there for 5 years, the way he did with Uhuru. Remember what saved Ruto is the constitution. He was not going to be sacked by Uhuru. At least they had felt out a long time ago. So he knew if this guy uses the same power and sticks here, he's going to beat himself. Using this issue of he cannot be removed from office. So for Ruto, he and that's where the pain is with Mount Kenya. He used Gachagua because he was punchy. He would even go and cause a lot of battles, and you see the damage that was caused there. Yeah. The issue of the whole family, because he knew he would deliver the votes. Okay. Then he turns back and decides, now I'm in the position. Let me try to shikisha him hardball and all that in an attempt of trying to get him out. And the president, according to him, he tried to make sure that he's in conflict with as many people as possible. It's a plan he planned long time ago. He planned this long time ago. So in short, it was a plan by the president to get Gachagua to help him in so he can get him out. Okay. It was already there because he didn't want, you see, like today, the kind of the DP that we have is yes. He would rather say nothing because he knows he was appointed.
So basically what we're saying is that Rigathi was used.
It was a prod light at Karen.
Okay.
When you saw those people voting, saying we want Kidiki, Ruto thought, no, you guys, I want this guy now. Let him go, help me. Once I'm done, then he kicks. Remember the issue of Machiavelli. Okay. The first thing you do, you clear the kingmaker, and that's what happened. So it's not about anything else. It was a plan. Okay. That I don't want Gachagua around me because he's very strong, because he's going to stand for his people, because he's going to argue ABCD, and all those kind of things. And you may find it funny and say, but I like the truthfulness of Gachagua. One day he said he'll be told what to say. This is very interesting. And by the way, you can say, how can you be told to say the wrong thing? But remember, here you are. This is your president, and you think he means well for this country. I said, go and talk about shareholding, so that he can get him into conflict with the rest of the country, minus Mount Kenya. So when the time for hitting him comes, they will say, this guy actually had said, we are not shareholders. It's all about treachery. It's all about, undermining and kuweka mitego to try to finish someone.
I remember he said that he was duped into saying some of those things, but that's that. Now this is now the former DP Rigathi Gachagua and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Are they friends?
They are friends. They talk in their own way. Talking is talking. You not everybody, for you to believe they are talking, that they have to go and take photos taking tea. Okay. Now they have been brought together by a common issue in Mount Kenya, which is betrayal, which is mismanagement of the economy, and right now they are on the same track. And for record, Jubilee Party is a member of the United Opposition, and don't think that the other members would accommodate Jubilee if they knew they were not part of the United Opposition. Okay. And Uhuru Kenyatta is a party leader. The chairman always comes to the meetings, always in the meetings, the chairman for Jubilee, and they are part of the United Opposition. And of course, what has been happening is that President Ruto has been trying to drag Uhuru so much in. Recently at Nyayo, when he saw how he was celebrated, he mentioned, we have been talking. And you see he's cunning. We have been talking.
Have they been talking? Because we looked at the reaction of the former president.
The reaction of the United, you see that.
But now you see that's just optics. We are not sure
what is behind there. He said we have been talking at Nyayo. Then when you saw how he was received in Bondo, he repeated, saying we have a 3-point agenda which we agreed to make Singapore thing. Forget about the issue. Of course, the issue of Singapore is another story. Right. Singapore, they kill people, but they jail, they shoot corrupt people in South Korea. So don't bring that issue of Singapore here. You can't be stealing everything here, then you say you want to be like Singapore. It doesn't work. And by the way, you don't come and talking about Singapore on your 4th year. That is something you ought to have thought before you took the Bible. Okay. And immediately you get it, within a month, you put systems. At least clear with the administrative issues. Those are issues, by the way, what you need in this country movie is just administrative. Once you fix the administrative system, you capture, because it starts from the top. It all starts from the top. If today the president decides there will be no corruption, there will be no policeman taking money 50 shillings from people traveling, matatus, and people moving charcoal, it will take 1 hour. Just 1 hour, one meeting, one lady call with all the regional commanders. There will be no money. If the president can decide there is no more stealing of public land, right? Today, if the president decides that all fake certificates, all of them, 10,000, will be knocked off, it will be done today. But what happens? If there's no political will, secondary, trust systems, have things running. So that is the biggest problem we have. So that story of Singapore and all that doesn't make sense. So the point is, in this country, all what you need is just to do the right thing and have things from the top. Okay. Once it's not there, whatever you do will not work. So what happens? When he saw that, he repeated the same thing. in Bondo about Uhuru Kenyatta. But Uhuru Kenyatta, when he was going to put the wreath, he signaled something. People thought he didn't know what he was doing. He was told to go and put a wreath next to the president's. He refused. He came to the opposite side. But then his handler thought, you know, the way, you know, you are carried away.
Yeah.
They say, mkubwa, akasema wacha wewe. And he threw him away and he put the wreath here. Maybe there's something that he didn't like, and you see, as a statesman, you don't have to say much. However, on the other hand, remember, for record, it's good to say this for record. We are studying political history, remember? So it's good to say some things for record. Remember, Raila said, when he was put under pressure why he interfered with the Gen Z revolution, he said it's Uhuru who told him to go and help Ruto. We don't know. Okay? Number two, Ruto checks in at Ishaweri. After that, a few ministers who are known to be allies of the former president
joined the government.
So there is what happened. Some people are like, he was given the ministers. Others are like, Ruto took advantage of the visit to appoint them. Okay? So there's all these kind of things that we are not very sure what is happening. But one thing I can tell you, the former president, as at now, is very committed to the one-term movement because of the cry of the Mount Kenya people and the Kenyan people at large. Mount Kenya and the people of Kenya.
Yeah. Because again, like you've said, the chairman of Jubilee frequents meetings of the United
He's part of us. He's part of us. Of course, we had an issue. It's good to be truthful. We had a few issues about how they handled Matiang'i, which we told them in confidence in the meetings. We had thought Matiang'i would go and come up with a party. And that's what I'm saying. There's nothing apologetic about it. There's nothing like national. You start from the grassroots to become national. Actually, all the people, MP, Moi Kibaki first become an MP for there. For how many years? Is it 20 or 30?
Very many years.
Before he came up as an MP for there, then you are allowed to become an assistant minister, a minister. Then he built his profile before he became national. Yeah. I would want one day to be, but I have to come from somewhere. So there's nothing wrong. We had wanted the Dr. Matiang'i to go up there, mobilize the Nyanza for opposition. Go and get somebody from Migori, Kisumu, Siaya, Homa Bay, Nyanza, Nyamira, and Kisii.
Okay.
That was our idea. But then he felt he wanted to come and get into this party of Jubilee. Why he was not given the party leader, we don't know. But talks are going on for him to reconsider. Go start home. Go start home. Go start home. Go start. Even Jesus went back and he was the savior, not just of Jerusalem or Israel. Even today, we talk about Jesus in South Africa all the way.
For Matiang'i to be an ideal candidate, in your opinion, again, for the sake of clarity, what would he need to do? You're saying that he would need to come with his own party from the Gusii region. And I
am saying this with a lot of respect. Remember, what I speak, I am in the senior leadership of DCP and also the official position.
Okay.
We work, we strategize. I'm saying this because also, one thing I believe, as somebody with some background in information and communication, it's good we must tell the people what is happening. Informing people is very important. It's very, you come and give a statement like an oracle. No. It's good to engage people. This is what we are saying. We had said coalition building is blocks. Kamba block. Mount Kenya block, right? Mijikenda block, all other coast.
Yeah.
Masai. Okay? We are doing very well.
Yeah.
Kisii, Western, Luo Nyanza, Rift Valley, right? Everybody. So we are saying, the idea was, already we have Mother Karua and Gachagua here doing something from, before you come to the national, from the regions.
Right.
We have Karonzo doing things. The expectation would have been, come with your block. You sit on the table, right? So that now we begin talking like everybody has a block. Remember, Karonzo only has 3 senators, only 3 governors, MPs, MCs.
Okay.
But he's here on the table, being touted as a front runner for president. So you don't need everyone. Just go get whoever you can get. You may have 2 senators for Nyamira, Kisii, governors. Then try to get, even if it's 20% vote, or 30, 40 from the other counties.
Yes.
Go come with them. Then you come on the table, we come and say, what is all our strengths? But you see, when you come and say, you want to come and start from up there, in the guise of a national party, and you want to be everywhere in the whole country, and there are partners there, we have partners. Why don't you say that you want to be strong in Ukambani's Jubilee? Why Mount Kenya? You get the point, eh? So I want us to relax. We are still talking, trying to say we want to make sense. But the problem is, there are people who had convinced him that, sorry to say, some of them like the SG, all along, that you are good, you are powerful, calm, president, so that they can rejuvenate the party and give it some relevance. Parties, unfortunately, in Mount Kenya, they rally around a person. Now, this is unfortunate. We have a dream of having like parties like ANC, like CCM. Sorry to say, CCM is another story. But the idea would be a party should outgrow a person. But right now, because of the nature of our politics, Kibaki, the moment he left NAC, went PNU, all the other parties, DP, went off, more or less. More or less, I'm saying they're still there. It goes on like that. Uhuru jumps from TNA, Jubilee, all that. So we are saying, Mount Kenya, we are still talking. We don't have any issues within the party, but we were just advising Matiang'i. Kwa advising Mutu si mbaya. Whether he takes advice is another story. But finally, we are saying every party is free to go to Mount Kenya. But people have been arguing that Gachagua wants DCP to be the dominant party. No, every party is free. Even 2022, there were so many parties. It is people who decided which party they want to elect their leaders on. So that's not another issue. We don't want that issue to come here. That's our domestic issue. Party will go there. People will choose leaders on the parties they want. As our work is to popularize DCP. So we have no issue. That's a conversation that is going on at a high level between the party leaders, you know, and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, and how to find out a working formula. What I can tell you, all the doomsayers, they will be defeated. We are going to work together. I can tell you that we have the time. That is very good on our side. We have the time to talk and know each other and know who can be used by the opponents. So we kick him out and we move on as one. That is the hope we want to give our people.
You mentioned something to do with the Maasai vote. I was under the impression that the Maasais are deeply in ODM.
I can tell you this today. A lot of things are shifting. And they are shifting very fast. We have the senator for Kajiado, who is our governor aspirant for Kajiado, and is going to win that seat. Okay? Because of what we call the united opposition. All communities that live in Kajiado. It's not about one community, remember. When you say Maasais, no. Kajiado is home to many people. We have the dominant Maasai community, but we have a lot of other communities, and we are going to win that seat in 2027. The Pulko ward in Kajiado, we are going to win on DCP. With the Narok town in Narok, we are going to win that seat on DCP. Why? Because it's not about Maasai. It's about the united opposition again. We are going somewhere and saying, on this one, we are going to be together here there. We are likely to win quite a number of seats for parliamentary in 27 in Narok and governor as well, and senator. Saburu the same. So we have a big huge of Maasai people. And who is the national chairman of DCP comes from Kajiado. The deputy secretary general Martin Kamwaro comes from Narok. We are able to accommodate everyone along the way. But there are people who have been saying something, and will allow me to say this. A lot of Kenyans have fears. They think Kenya will go the Tanzania, Uganda way, Kagame way. I will say this with a lot of respect. As an expert on leadership and governance, please Kenyans, please just do us one favor. If you have not registered, register. Let's go slowly. I don't want to give you work that is not meant for you. Go register as young people. We have told the IBC to devolve that thing. Let's not joke with the patience of Kenyans. You cannot tell young people who don't have even fare. They stay a whole month before getting 100 shillings in the pocket to go look for money to go travel to go vote, take a vote. We want those kids to be devolved in every ward. Something we call mass voter registration. Right now it's continuous. That happens at the sub-county offices. Let IBC look for money. You know, they have money for anything else. Look for money, go and do mass. Number 2. The next thing we want Kenyans to do is to wait. We give them a lineup that we think will serve this country going forward. We want a Kibaki moment where there will be one person, not one Makmede guy, who is going to say, I'm the one, I'm the president. You may not have a lot of charisma or the money, but we agree as a team. You are going to be the team leader as a president. Then you are going to have ministers. The movie, please. Get people to go and think and work. I was in charge of delivery. We went to every ministry. I can tell you the kind of resource, the kind of people we met. Every ministry, like 100 people, senior directors, people who have been there for 20 years. If you want this, they have all the data. They have everything. They said, we have this. But they are never listened to. We want to go back, get a minister who understands an area. Come with meat, presented in cabinet. It's approved, it's done. With 2 objectives. Something which will serve the people. some which will not be will be efficient because of the resource the way you are using your money and all that. We want to go back whereby if you are given a ministry, go get us the best you can do for that ministry. So we are going to present that team. Then finally, I want to tell Kenyans, go and vote. Once you vote on 10th, all our women, children, young people, whatever, some women will go back home. At 5, come and make sure before you leave that place, you know the number of votes that have been voted for all the 6 positions.
Yeah.
Once you do that, we are going to have a national tallying center. Whatever happens, but within 2-3 hours, we will have known the presidential figure.
Do you mean the National Tallying Center that is usually at Bomas or
no, our own?
Okay.
The United Opposition will have our own. So please let me deflate this fear that anybody will steal your elections. Not in this country. Because it's very simple. The final is final. The votes is final at form 34A. That's what is going to happen. So we were there. We knew what happened in 2022. Ruto never stole an election. All what he did is a powerful mobilization. People came out. And that's why, let me tell you, where in Africa do you win an election with 142,000? That's a joke. You win with 2 million for you to win. But this was a joke, a bad joke. Because why? He simply did what he could. Remember, he was under siege. So he just won. And the other guy, because of issues of agents and all that, they thought they already have it. So we just calculated the votes. I was in charge of presidential campaigns in Nakuru.
Right.
And by around, we had over 2,000 polling centers. We simply calculated all those forms that 4A and sent them to our national tallying center, the parallel one, and we won. Let me tell you, why do you think, Buvi? We used to say there's no deep state and system. It has been born now. We used to say, see uchawi ni maombi. Do you think God has hamad Kenya? The same God who was there in 22 is going to be that 27. That system, Hajahama. I can tell you this. Me, I'm asking Kenyans. If you want to defeat properly, we don't want these jokes of 100,000 votes or 500 or even a million. We want a gap of 3 million and above so that it is decisive. Nobody can steal those votes. So please, this fear, now you see it's not possible to defeat this guy. I can tell you this, just go and vote and count your vote, send it to our national tallying center. We are going to do the maths and announce the results. If
the United Opposition were to clinch the presidency, that would mean that chances are that President Ruto would end up being an opposition leader.
Yes.
And that might be a very difficult person to deal with also at that particular juncture. Is the United Opposition ready for a Ruto opposition?
I'll tell you 2 things. I keep on telling the people who keep on regretting for electing the president. Don't regret anymore. It's not wise to regret. Actually, today I want to go this on record. People regret. I wish we knew. Say no. Do you know what? You and I may not have known what the president will look like.
Right.
But God knew. So what God decided, because this gentleman has been wanting this seat, I'll give it to him. Then I'll expose him. So within short time, his real intent has come out. Everybody don't knows. When you hear about it, there's something you know about him. Either Shah or something or whatever, those kind of things now. So that now people can know him and deal with him decisively. For the last time, I can tell you this. You can only be an effective opposition leader if you are out there telling people what you can do better if you become president. Already you have become and mess the economy. So there's no voice you'll have. Because already people, God has exposed you, people have known who you are, and they are done with you decisively. And you know what everybody is saying? We can do these massive things and saying, let somebody finish. People are saying 1 more day. It's only that here we cannot do a half term. Because you can imagine what is happening. If it's given another, already this 1 year is painful enough. This 1 year is painful enough in terms of what people are going through. So guys are asking, even 1 more day. It's only that we fear God and we fear the Constitution. But on 10th, people are saying, please, we cannot survive anymore in Kenya. Actually, we need to do a lot of now, like a lot of rehabilitation of this country for the next 5 years. Because of what has happened. So I can tell you this. There's no regret. What happened, we did. I hear people saying, you see now, if you had followed Uhuru Kenyatta, he had seen this thing, Mother Karo would have become... No, forget about all that. What happened. We had to once and for all deal with the current president as a country decisively, so that there will be no opposition to talk about, because you talked about opposition when you want to come and say,
right,
I mean, I can do a better thing, but you have the opportunity. So let other people in opposition come up. Of course, they will be there. If you want to be there, of course, you'll be there. If you'll be defeated, but he'll have known one or two things about governance and opposition and how to go about it. But I can tell you this, as we will not go to Mazo Bunge, we'll have nothing to hide. No, what for? If I'm doing the right thing, why do I need to go Mazo on everybody else? I mean, killing the constitution. You want to get all the powers to yourself. Why? It doesn't make sense. Go and allow people to do their work. Let opposition be opposition. I mean, if I'll be elected senator in Nakuru, I want people to ask me questions. My people, I want to engage, because there's nothing I'm hiding. But so long as there's something you are hiding, you must kill opposition. Look at what's happening with Samia. And it's a very sad. Let me tell you, I have not slept because I am passionate about governance. And I was asking myself, Mpuvi, why did people like Jakaya Kikwete, the CCM structures, allow Tanzania to sink that low? That's my first reaction. How? Kikwete, all those people were the ones who are coming to give us a solution here. How did they allow Tanzania to sink that low? That's the first thing. Number two, let me tell you, Buvi, the moment we think that we are safe with Tanzania going the way it is going, it will come back here, because the people are taking lessons. And you can see there's something Uganda, there's something in the East Africa. There's something about this kind of dictatorship. So please, I'm asking one thing. The whole my takeaway is one. Never joke with the people. The power of the people is so dangerous. And unfortunately, you cannot control it. I'm asking Suruhu, let her agree to the people. Make sure that election is called off, or rather is nullified. We want another election in Tanzania with people like Tindurusu and others allowing to vie. That one we can at least to say you wanted to go to IBIS, but you are back. That is the only solution according to me in Tanzania. Nothing else will change. I can tell you the only thing that can get these young people to the streets, nullification of that election, and number two, fresh elections be called within the shortest time possible, and all the people vie. If Suruhu wins, fine. If she doesn't win, that is the will of the people. We cannot allow Tanzania to sink. Let me tell you, if you allow it to sink, next will be Kenya. Then we are going to go to Uganda. Our brothers are still at range. It's so painful. Bob Jagi. And I'm asking, are we waiting for those guys to come in clutches again? Surely, Kenya should have stopped. We should have stopped everything, go and look for anybody else who are funding Uganda. If we cannot help ourselves and if the courts cannot help, we need to go and look for go to those big powers, all the donors and funders of Uganda.
Right.
Go to their embassies. Go take people, send troops there. I'm asking the human rights organizations. I'm asking the NGOs operating in Kenya. And because we are our brother's keeper, please take planes. Literally go. Don't just write emails. Go and seriously look for people who can talk to Yoweri Museveni to release our boys. That's what I'm saying. Let's be proactive. Because the way you are saying here is enough. It's not enough to do press statements here in Nairobi. Because you don't know what's happening right now. Maybe guy is awaiting his last breath. Maybe he's denied medicine. Even nobody knows where he is. Even lawyers, everything. The court has said they don't have him. So can we go and intervene? And because unfortunately the country of Kenya is not willing to talk to Yoweri Museveni about our people, can we go talk to anybody on this earth who can talk to Museveni to release these people? That's all what I can say for now, and it's serious. I am not happy every minute that we are waiting, hoping to hear news from Uganda. It's not right. We should do something. The people who can do that, especially non-government organizations, they should be able to move fast. It's unfortunate, Tanzania. It's a sad story. We hope they get back to normalcy.
Speaking of election violence, last week we sat here with Dr. Makori of NCIC. We also sat with Bishop Ndeda. And one thing that came out from that conversation is that come 2027, that things might not be as rosy as we think they are. And they were talking about we might have a very bad situation, perhaps even worse than what we experienced after the elections of 2007 in terms of election violence. I don't know if that is intelligence that has reached DCP or even reached the United Opposition.
I don't want to know who gave that story. I heard that from NCSC. The work of NCSC has just been left to spread rumors here and fear. There's nothing much they are doing. Actually, NCSC should be reviewed, repealed, or done away with, because it's just there. You cannot come and tell us your work is to advise and give opinions and all that. they are being used politically, you know.
Okay.
To come and we are summoning Gachagua, you know, we are summoning this. You summon Kahiga, you don't summon Wanga. I don't know how they can call. And you know, you are messing up the name of that
institution
of that Udumze, you know, the guy who was very much renowned and respected the whole of Africa, you know, Level Kobia, as a person who was in very high, served this country in a very high level. Let me tell you, we don't want fear. We don't want fear. I'm an expert on peace and conflict studies, and all what we are saying, let's do the early warning signals. Let us say what we think can have problems. One of the things we have said as a party is that we are telling people to be calm. Just don't do maandamano in the streets. We saw what can happen. And we have told the young people no more maandamano until the 10th of August because you'll be killed. This state has no qualms. So, one thing to avoid that as a party and as an opposition, please take your vote and go do maandamano by voting. Remove the urge to confront. Okay? Remove the urge to confront with the government agencies because they want to spill blood. And if they asked, they can do anything even to suspend the elections, to cause violence. Today I heard there's a voter who went to court yesterday. Yeah. To stop IBC from preparing for elections because they are saying, there are some statutory things which are not in order. The government will do anything to try to stop or to cause chaos so the elections are not happening. Are we saying that individual that went to court might be a government agent? That is the word. And yeah, I like the word might. Anything is possible under the sun in this country. Nothing just happens. And they pick somebody who may not be guest from some part of the country to go to court. How? I'm saying it is possible that person was sent by the state. Okay. That is what NIS do for breakfast, lunch and dinner. To just cause confusion of some sort, right? Yeah. So what I'm saying, there's a probability, and my word is maybe. Okay. So why? To cause confusion, use this thing of violence to postpone, you know, when the constitution says that if there is an occurrence of war, you cannot do elections. That's why I'm telling Kenyans, please be very calm. Don't allow to be provoked, even if you are. Because there are people who don't want the elections to happen. So please be very calm. That's number one. So that all these people say, there's going to be war. Like, how can you come and begin the kid of war? Not unless you are the one who is trying to bring the war. How? Kenyans want to be peaceful. Let me tell you, people want to go on with their lives. Yeah. Sell mangoes until the 9th. Go vote and sell mangoes on 10th. Yeah. And after. And milk. Yeah. And take your kids to school. You want, and then after the winner is announced, you want to continue selling your mangoes. So who else is coming here to tell us, we see signs of violence? Not unless you are the ones who is thinking about violence. Who wants violence in this country? Everybody wants to survive. You look at what happens one day when this country is on lockdown. People cannot breathe. People cannot move. Tear gas is fighting you in your house. So kindly, let's stop these war cries. You know, lady, there's going to be violence. No. I'm saying Kenyans, relax. Don't wait to be provoked. We are going to court as the official position. We have enough lawyers. Even today, we are going to join that case. To go and tell the court, dismiss this. We don't need this. We need peace in this country. Elections have to continue. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Because we want to be in this country. And some of us who know what happened in the past when we had issues, especially in Rift Valley, we cannot want to go even that direction. And that is what inspired my PhD on peace and conflict studies. After what we saw in 2007, 2008. That's what inspired my studies on that area. And I can tell you we are going to do the best we can. We have seen issues in Nakuru, around Joro there, you know, communities. It starts like that, cattle rustling. But in the cattle rustling, somebody is killed by an arrow. Literally, somebody removes a block from the house and shoots an arrow. Yeah. So I went there and I told the county, and I told those guys, listen, we are not going to go this direction. Don't be provoked. This is an issue to begin provoking. So now, you know, tension rise. People run away from their homes. They don't vote. So I went, I told county commissioner, I told the peace actors there, can we have a team here to begin talking about this thing? And we talk about it so candidly. So candidly, we ask ourselves whether we want to live in the same place. Right. Because you can choose your friend, you cannot choose your neighbor. So that's what is happening right now. And I told Nakuru, look, this is where I was born. I was born in this place. We must rise above pettiness. We must rise above pettiness and the story of being used by other people who are flying in planes. Then we can kill each other, do cattle rustling, cause ethnic tensions, and cause confusion during the elections. Everybody living in Nakuru comes from all the 43 communities. I can tell you that. 43. Everybody is in Nakuru County. all the way in the 11 sub-counties. If you live there, you work there, your kids are there, you go to school, you vote there, you are a Nakuru resident. And my platform is peace and inclusivity. So anybody else who in there, killing people there by with arrows or pangas or anything else, we don't know this kind of confusion. We are going to have peace meetings in Joro. We manage that issue that was there, TPs, between Nakuru and Narok.
Right.
Over the issue that came up there. We controlled that. We are going to control that in Joro, in Mauche. We are going to control that in Moro, our neighbors in Kuresoi, in Longai. Then come together as Nakuru County and say, can we show our political leaders and everybody else we are matured now? We can do our campaigns, go elect our leaders, hold them accountable when we are all in our homes. It is possible. It's going to be possible. So I want to dismiss these issues of war cries. Yeah. But I can tell you, elections will be held. We are going to do anything possible under the sun, not for Mbae, but for this country. And I said, some of us, God releases people for some reasons. Nobody told Dedan Kimathi go to the forest. He just said, this doesn't make sense, right? Kenneth Matiba, Charles Rubia, all the people, freedom fighters, just somebody felt, can we do something about this situation? So we are here to say, me, I'm for peace, inclusivity, dialogue, negotiation. Let's all know that we have a country to go by, but also we must do the right thing. We have seen in recent past tactics such as voter suppression happening, whereby chaos is created in certain areas and especially in strongholds of opponents, so that you can ensure that people in that area do not get up and go and vote. Is that something that we need to be concerned about? Because we know largely Kenyans are peaceful. I can tell you, Buvi. And that's why this area, I'm happy, this area will continue preaching a message of peace and be keen that these things can happen. Voter suppression, some pockets of violence, you know. And do you know what happens in the systems? They will not get guys from Ukambani to go and cause chaos in Kangema. Yeah. They will recruit people from Kangema. Local. Give them money. You see? I hear now Kimani Ichung'wah branding our young people as Mungiki and saying that Honorable Gachagua wanted to kill Maina Jenga. What is the purpose? Conflict. Go and conflict. Who is Mungiki? I mean, I could as well be a Mungiki. Mungiki is a young man from the Kikuyu community. So what are you telling us? Please. The leaders who are eating honey and milk and red meat from Mount Kenya, Ukambani, right now in government, kindly eat in peace. Know that 99% of your brothers and sisters are actually going hungry. They are sleeping hungry. They don't have medicine. Their kids are the ones who are at home. They don't have capitation. Your brothers and sisters, they are sleeping hungry. All the kids of important people in this country, they study abroad. They are not in the local universities. So they are not affected by the whatever. So I'm asking, guys from Ukambani, you know when you see a team from State House, right? 5,000 from Kisii, 5,000 from wherever. Please just relax. Don't be used to go and torment trouble in your backyard. Me, that's my appeal. I mean, if you have to be there, if you have chosen to be in that side of history, please feel the pain for your people. People are suffering. When you go give guys 2,000 shillings there at State House, you don't know the kind of pain people have at home. So I would want to urge, please stop. Don't come there and begin now because it was not possible. It's getting impossible to divide the mountain. You want to cause confusion everywhere by saying, you know, Rigathi Gachagua, and the Rigathi Gachagua you are talking about, he's silent at his home. He's relaxing. He's doing other things. But you still want to drag him because you ride to the president. He'll be forgotten within 3 months. He's not forgotten. So you are still looking for him to come and involve him in your issues. And by the way, we have not yet started. Come in January, we are going to have a downhill road. We have not started. Not for ourselves, but for the sake of this country. So please, we want us to urge the leaders who are there right now, who are in this government. Please, we know you are there, but please stop being used to cause trouble in the regions where you come from. The others right now trying to cause trouble in Ukambani. We know them in Kisii, in Western, in other places of the country to divide the one-term movement. That's what we're asking. Let's be sober, all of us. And in regards to what DCP wants the population to know, other than because, like, if I look at some of the comments here, let me just read some of them. Someone is saying.
This is Godfrey Chalo. Godfrey Chalo anasema, if these kinds of fellas are the ones to dethrone Ruto, rest assured he is going for a second term. People with a lot of bitterness, without any cause. What would you tell people who are saying that DCP is just bitter, and that is what is the driving force?
Let me ask you, when you say DCP bitter, DCP is not going to this election alone. So what are you talking about? When you say this issue, another narrative. Bitterness. Gachagua is bitter because he was removed. Do you know Gachagua is having a blast right now? Gachagua is more happier. He's having a blast. Let me tell you why. If today Gachagua was in government, as a deputy president, who is not supposed to contradict the president, with all these kind of promises, where would he be himself as Gachagua? He will be somewhere lower than where Ruto is. If Ruto's disapproval is 70%, he'll be right there. Can we be truthful? So this was an opportunity, a God given for the Honorable Gachagua to get out of government so he can become his own person, somebody who would not have been part of that, because it would be very awkward to serve the government which is getting down. He will have been very unpopular as we speak. So what happened? He gets out, gets an opportunity to become a party leader, a party that will going to get about 130 MPs in 2027. Being the party leader, that is a big thing. He would not have done it. Actually, maybe by 27, if Ruto would have managed him, he would deny him deputy president in 27. Leave him hanging. But 27, he'll be a party leader of one of the biggest parties in Kenya. Now, when people talk about Rigathi being bitter, I don't understand. Please stop, my brother. Stop buying into the narrative by the state about trying to show that Rigathi Gachagua is tribal and is bitter. That is a narrative by the state. Please kill it. Don't go that direction. Number two, so you're talking about winning. If these are the people to win, it's not Rigathi Gachagua alone winning the presidency, or rather taking on Ruto.
Right.
Why don't you talk about Kalonzo? Talk about Natembeya. Talk about Matiang'i. Talk about Masai. Talk about Mijikenda. It's the whole country coming to win the seat. It's not about Rigathi Gachagua alone. Again, there are people who wake up in the morning. I think Gachagua gives them some mental disturbances at night, some illusions. And by the way, there are many. Because this guy, how did he escape the trap? The guy was supposed to get finished. So the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua gives a lot of people sleepless nights. And these are the kind of people. So I want all of us, our other listeners, please note that our brother may not have known that is a trap is laid for him.
Yes.
Get off that narrative of every day waking up for breakfast, lunch, and supper. You know, every day talking about someone, because why? He's in a good place. He is happier. Now compare the current DP. That is where the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua would have been. Look at where he is right now. He's a yes person, completely finished, and you're going to see the results. So he's in a better place. He's happier. We are happier because we are helping people to get an alternative for this government.
Right. Okay. Let me see if there's another one here. Mark Mende was just chilling. I remember that comment. Then let me ask. So someone, this is Mukebe, anasema, let me ask. There is no need of evacuating Ruto because even the next president atapokea the same makomboras. Complaining is a ritual in Kenya. They will never stop complaining.
Good. Do you know what will make us a difference? Because the good thing about some of us who are experts were there in the political, and why movie some of us went to university to study politics and government, but we have practiced. So we know what can work. It's not just studies. We have practiced both at the county and the national level. So we are saying, what's the difference? We were there when we promised in this government, right? And we not only promised, we tried to become a solution. We know where it is stuck. So we know exactly where what needs to be done in this country. We don't need long stories. We just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, in one session, we'll be connected with them today.
Tell me.
Sitting where I am today as a strategic leader, in one session only, with the relevant people, we are able to pick few projects that can span this country to the highest level. Just that, administratively. We don't need many stories and trying to tire people with many stories, because we have them here. We have gone through every part of this government. We know what needs to be done. We have listened to the people because we're in the politics. We came to government. We've talked to the senior people, experts on trade, investments, industry, sports, water, lands, on issue, we know what needs to be done. 3 things. So it's only that there was no political goodwill to do them.
Okay.
There was the issue here in Kenya is a problem of leadership. The issue of character and personality. The issue of, instead of allowing systems, processes, procedures to work for the people, go get what people need and have it work. You want to personalize everything. That is the whole problem in a nutshell. Okay. So what are we going to do differently? Like I said, we are going to get a president who is not inferior, who does not have inferiority complex. A president who doesn't have to tell us that he is learned. A president who doesn't have to sing to us that he is a divine connector, that he was sent, like he has a divine mission to come and help us. Just a person who believes in himself. Then get a cabinet, get PSs, get people who understand the vision, who are professionals, people who can work. I can tell you this. We don't have to come and tell you give us 100 days, 1 year. Administratively, these are things you do within the first day.
Okay.
You sort 50% of Kenya's problems. What do? Come and restore NHF. The problem that was there, because what happened to NHF? They come and give them a bad name. All the thugs, they move to SHA. Come and restore the president. Come and kill all these things of housing levy. Do you know why the president has so much money to go dishing out? The money that was been directed from you. That's why you say, I'll give you another market here. The money moved from houses, it has come to markets. Now it will go to roads leading to the markets.
Okay.
So it's actually being taxed. So we go kill all those things. Let's do education. Make some policy issues on foreign affairs policy, on public debt. Make some serious, simple policy issues. This country will be restored. So that will be the difference.
All right. Dr. thank you so much. That's the time we had. Thank you for sticking around for this long and for helping us, decipher some of the things and the questions that we had as far as DCP is concerned. And we invite you to come back again to have another conversation, an extension of this one, where we can actually talk